Many in this House know that I'm passionate about Canadian history, and so, Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much for this opportunity to speak about Bill C-49, a bill to create a new Canadian Museum of History. Le gouvernement croit aux musées nationaux et nous reconnaissons qu'ils ont une énorme valeur pour les Canadiens. However, while our national institutions do magnificent work as guardians of our heritage, not one is dedicated to telling the full story of our country. C'est pourquoi nous allons faire un investissement unique de 25 millions de dollars pour créer le Musée canadien d'histoire. Il ne s'agit pas de fonds nouveaux, mais de fonds provenant du budget existant du ministère du Patrimoine canadien. Ce nouveau musée national nous permettra d'en apprendre plus sur la riche histoire du Canada. The Canadian Museum of History will grow out of the Canadian Museum of Civilization. The government is refreshing the mandate and the orientation of the museum, just as schools modernize curriculum in accordance with new events and discoveries. The new Canadian Museum of History will present a comprehensive story of this country, the best country in the world. Mr. Speaker, change is not new to this institution. The history of the Canadian Museum of Civilization began as far back as 1856 with the establishment of a museum by the Geological Survey of Canada, and with roots stretching back 157 years, the Museum of Civilization is one of North America's oldest cultural institutions. As staff of the survey fanned out across the country, they gathered cultural information and artifacts, as well as carried out their main tasks in geology and science. Depuis ses débuts, à partir d'une collection modeste, le musée n'a cessé d'évoluer. En fait, c'est son aptitude à s'adapter et à évoluer qui a été la clé de sa grande réussite. Just think, in 1862, the Geological Survey of Canada mounted its first ethnological exhibit, a single display case containing First Peoples stone implements, stone pipes, and a few fragments of pottery. Today, the Canadian Museum of Civilization welcomes over 1.6 million visitors on average each year. It houses permanent galleries that explore 20,000 years of human history, and its program of special exhibitions expands on Canadian themes and explores other cultures and civilizations past and present. The museum is also a major research institution with staff who are leading experts in Canadian history, archaeology, ethnology, and culture. En 1968, doté d'un nouveau mandat, le Musée national de l'Homme a été créé dans le cadre des Musées nationaux du Canada. Près de 20 ans plus tard, en 1986, il a été rebaptisé le Musée canadien de civilisation. Il a ensuite déménagé à Gatineau, dans l'édifice merveilleux conçu par l'illustre architecte Douglas Cardinal. L'édifice, en lui-même, illustre l'histoire du musée, sa structure évoquant fluidité et la souplesse. La transformation du Musée canadien des civilisations va se dérouler pendant les 5 prochaines années. Elle donnera l'occasion de célébrer à plusieurs reprises l'histoire du Canada avant 2017. At present, the museum has 4 permanent exhibition galleries: the Grand Hall, the First Peoples Hall, the Canada Hall, and face-to-face, the Canadian Personalities Hall. The new permanent gallery will replace both the Canada Hall and the Canadian Personalities Hall. More than 4,000 square meters, that's 43,000 square feet for some people, of exhibition space will be renovated to create a permanent exhibition space presenting a national historical narrative. This space will feature the largest and most comprehensive exhibition on Canadian history ever developed. It will be the place where Canadians can go to retrace their national journey and find national treasures. It will be where they can learn about the people, events, and themes that have shaped our country's development and define the Canadian experience, including key events and episodes from our past, it will tell some of the greatest Canadian stories. L'administration du musée a mené des consultations en ligne et en personne pour obtenir l'avis des Canadiens sur les histoires, les gens, les thèmes et les événements qu'ils veulent voir dans le nouveau musée. Plus de 20 000 Canadiens y ont participé, indiquant ce à quoi ils s'attendaient dans la nouvelle salle sur l'histoire du Canada. Et voici quelques indications. Canadians want our museums to be comprehensive, frank and fair about our presentation of their history. Ils veulent que nous examinions tout notre passé, les bonnes choses comme les mauvaises. They want the museum to foster a sense of national pride without ignoring our failings, mistakes and controversies. Ils veulent y trouver des points de vue et des façons de penser variées, reconnaissant qu'il est possible d'une personne à l'autre d'interpréter l'action des gens et les événements différemment. Monsieur le Président, je suis ravi de trouver dans la nouvelle exposition des trésors nationaux comme l'astrolabe de mon héros, l'explorateur Samuel de Champlain, le dernier crampon du chemin de fer du Canadien Pacifique ou encore le fameux chandail avec le numéro 9 que Maurice Richard portait avec l'équipe des Canadiens de Montréal. At the same time, the President and CEO of the museum has said that the new exhibitions will deal with Canada's histories, warts and all. And that's an important point. Many episodes in our history are critically important, like the internment of Japanese Canadians or the situation of our Aboriginal people in residential schools. Canadians can learn so much from our history. At present, there is no mention in Canada Hall of the flag debate or Constitution, the wartime internment of Ukrainian or Japanese Canadians, or Terry Fox and his Marathon of Hope. No meaningful reference to the Great Depression, the conscription crisis. And most importantly, the Canada Hall does not begin with First Peoples, but with the arrival of Europeans in the 11th century. Clearly, this needs to change. Le Musée canadien des civilisations retrace l'histoire de l'identité humaine au Canada et le nouveau Musée canadien de l'histoire traitera de l'étape suivante de cette histoire en aidant à nous définir en tant que citoyens du Canada et citoyens du monde. Maintenant, pourquoi est-ce que le gouvernement considère-t-il qu'il est important de mettre l'accent sur l'histoire collective du Canada? Mr. Speaker, in 2017, the best country in the world will celebrate its sesquicentennial. That's a mouthful, 150 years. In the lead-up to that celebration, it is important that Canadians know about and appreciate and celebrate our history. Un nouveau musée national consacré à notre histoire mettra en lumière nos réussites en tant que nation et il aidera les Canadiens à mieux connaître leur histoire riche et diverse. I hope that as many Canadians as possible will celebrate the sesquicentennial in the freshly renovated exhibition halls of the new Canadian Museum of History. Et j'espère que mes collègues de la Chambre, de tous les coins de la Chambre, appuieront le projet de loi C-49. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for your kind attention, and I assure you that it will entertain my colleagues' questions with the same respect.
Questions et commentaires, questions and comments. L'honorable député de Rivière-des-Mille-Îles.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. J'étais très chanceuse la semaine passée d'assister au débat sur ce projet de loi C-49. Donc, nous savons qu'on peut critiquer les montants d'argent qui ont été dépensés pour changer le nom de ce musée, un changement que personne n'a demandé à part le ministre du Patrimoine. On peut aussi parler des changements au mandat du musée, mais je pense que ça se situe plutôt aussi dans une tendance plutôt conservateur, une tendance qui m'inquiète beaucoup, qui vise à promouvoir une histoire militaire, une histoire basée sur les événements militaires, sur la reine aussi, de promotion de la reine, sans vraiment regarder d'autres aspects de l'histoire canadienne. La semaine passée, ma collègue de Hamilton a dit, mais pourquoi pas promouvoir l'histoire des femmes au Canada? Et le secrétaire parlementaire a dit, et je cite, that's nonsense. Et vous pouvez voir ça dans Hansard, il a dit que c'était la foutaise. Donc ça m'a profondément choquée. Est-ce que le député constatant en face croit que c'est important de promouvoir l'histoire des femmes?
L'honorable député d'Ottawa-Orléans.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. J'apprécie grandement la question de ma collègue. Et puis, d'abord, en écoutant le débat cet après-midi, ce soir, je constate qu'il y a plusieurs députés de l'opposition qui se demandent si on a consulté les Canadiens. Or, dans la présentation que je viens de faire, j'ai souligné que nous avons consulté avec plus de 20 000 Canadiens. Et puis, pour ce qui s'agit de tous les aspects de l'histoire, on peut s'assurer que le Musée canadien de l'histoire va traiter de chaque élément, y compris les éléments que, dans le passé, on aurait voulu cacher. Maintenant, je la mets au défi parce qu'elle me dit qu'on s'intéresse seulement qu'à l'histoire militaire. Dans la présentation que je viens de faire, il n'y avait pas un mot sur le rôle du militaire. Mais j'espère bien que ça fera partie de l'histoire, les bons coups comme les mauvais coups.
Questions and comments. The honourable member for Winnipeg North.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Actually, I did want to just provide a quick comment. You know, our museums, our national museums, are of critical importance. Canadians will acknowledge that. Winnipeg, in fact, is going to be getting its first national museum, that of the Canadian Human Rights Museum. We're anticipating that this wonderful world-class museum will be coming to Winnipeg relatively soon in the next year, maybe a year and a bit. And I think it was somewhat symbolic in the sense that it goes back to the Paul Martin, Reg Alcock, and others that played a critical role, in particular the Asper family, in the role that they played in ensuring that the rest of Canada could, in fact, benefit by having strong national museums that could ultimately even go outside of the national capital. And I'm wondering if the member, and I realize it's a bit off topic, but it is important to recognize it as national museums and how important they are to all Canadians. And if you would want to provide a comment on our what will be our newest museum that's going to be located in Winnipeg, something in which many Manitobans get a very high sense of pride in terms of those that made it happen, and ultimately being the city that's going to host this world first-class national museum.
Honorable député d'Ottawa-Orléans.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate that my friend from across the way had such a thoughtful question. It might have been interesting as he added to the list of Liberal icons if he had acknowledged that, in fact, the people he named, especially those that sat on the Liberal benches, didn't get it done. It's another thing they didn't get done. That museum, the Museum of Human Rights, that is going to open imminently in Winnipeg, was actually put on the boards by this government, which put in several $100 million to get it done. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Questions and comments. The honourable member for Essex. We only have a short period of time, so short question, short answer, please.
Perfect, Mr. Speaker. One of the themes that has emerged from opposition members has been this notion that somehow perhaps the minister was going to be writing the storyboards at the new Canadian History Museum, Mr. Speaker. I wonder if the honourable member, who gave a great presentation here today in the House, could comment on that and set the record straight.
For Ottawa Orleans.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And the House and all four of our viewers on television tonight are going to realize that I noticed that the number has gone up to 5. They will realize that there is no political interference in the way that history is presented across the country in all our national museums. And that's not going to change. There will be a greater focus on Canadian history. There will be a greater investment in Canadian history. And Canadians who are thirsty for their story from coast to coast to coast are going to bond together and get it done. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.